Hey, welcome back to Policy and Rights here at Depictions Media Radio. I'm your host, Michael Clogs. So, well, you just heard a statement made from the UN stakeout floor. As a representative for MINUSCO, talks about security and the needs for refugee camps near or around the DRC. How security is actually needed and should be provided to help keep crimes down and violence down in that particular area. So, right. So we're also going to hear from Anita Anand as she spoke to the UN General Assembly in their 80th anniversary. So this is the 80th UN General Assembly, and some of the things that may have been highlighted in Ms. Anand's speech are a general debate assembly is an opportunity for heads of state and government to come together at a UN headquarters and discuss world issues. Heads of state and governments and ministers will explore solutions to intertwined global challenges to advance peace, security, and sustainable development. One of the major things is Canada's decision to recognize Palestine as a sovereign state and to push towards a two-state solution. Longtime ally Israel, of course, is dead set against such things, and they want Palestine to be seen strictly as terrorist. That the Hamas and other terrorist groups are born out of Islam regimes such as Palestine. But the fact of the matter is, when we look at the history of Palestine, that Palestine isn't just simply a Muslim state. It is a state that before the 1940s was a state where Christians, Muslims, as well as Jewish people coexisted peacefully together in a shared heritage that led back thousands of years in that region, because the three religions that were born from Abraham were also born in that particular region. Over 2,000 years ago, it is where, depending on how you look at it, the Messiah, or one of the greatest prophets ever for Islam and for Judaism, was walked in that region, speaking about nonviolence, peace, and tolerance, and how to get along with the Roman government that was prevailing at the time. The Palestinian people were, of course, indigenous to that region long before Israel was made into a state by the United Nations after World War II. Long before the British Empire was a player in that region in North Africa, and it is something to be considered when we decide to recognize Palestine as a state. That Palestine was named by the Roman Empire, and we keep the name Palestine because The Aramaic word for the region is lesser known and harder to pronounce for our English-speaking tongues. So the long-term debate, in which is one of the debates on the UN General Assembly floor, even as I am recording this, is should Palestine be seen as its own sovereign state, or should Israel be able to swallow it up with settlers? So why don't we push forward, and we're going to hear again from Anita and Anand as she talks about Canada and the United Nations, and we're going to hear from also in the UN Security Council chambers. We're going to hear from MONUSCO as they make statements about security in the Democratic Republic of the Congo.